Hi everyone. For this lesson, I'll show you how to multiply powers with the same base. So let's say you have a to the m power times a to the n power. The two bases are a and a, and obviously they're the same. So whenever that happens, this is equal to that same base again, a, and what you want to do with these two exponents, the m and the n, is you add them, right? So this will equal a to the m plus n power. Right? So the rule is you add when you multiply powers with the same base. So let's take a look at an example. If I have x to the second times x to the third, this is x to the 2 plus 3, which is x to the fifth. And we're done. Alright, so let's take a look at this example here. We have x squared times y cubed times x to the negative 4 power times y to the second. Alright, so what you want to do is find out all the x's, right, because they have the same base here, and that would equal x to the negative 2. That's because we have a 2 here, and you add it with the negative 4, you'll end up with the negative 2. Alright, so now let's do the same thing for the y. We have this y here and this y here, right? So that's going to equal y, and then we have the 3 and the 2, and we're going to add them, so that will give us the 5. Right? So this is equal to x to the negative 2 power, y to the fifth. And then we can simplify this further because we have a negative exponent here, and all we have to do is just put that under 1, so we'll end up with 1 over x squared times y to the fifth, which reduces to y to the fifth over x squared. And this is our final answer here. Okay? Alright, now let's take a look at this one here. We have 2x squared times 3y to the fourth times 2xy squared. Right? So what we want to do is look at all of the numbers, or the coefficients. We have the 2 here, the 3, and this 2. And what you want to do is just bring them to the front. Right? So we'll have 2 times 3 times 2. Okay? So we got rid of this, this, and this. Alright? And the next thing is to look at the x base here, and we have another one over here, and if you want you can put a 1 right here because it's x to the first, and then this will equal x. Now look at the exponents. We have a 2 and a 1, so that will give us 3, so that will be x to the third power, right? And the next step is to look at the y, right? We have a y here, and we also have a y here, right? So the base is y, and now we look at the exponents. We have a 4 and a 2, so the rule is we add them, so we get 6. Okay, so now this reduces to, well, 2 times 3 times 2, so that's 12, and then we have x to the third power and y to the 6, right? And we're done, and we're happy. Alright, I think we're ready for a challenge. So we have this problem here. We have 2a to the 1/2 times b to the 1/2 times 7a to the 1/2 times b to the 5/2. Okay? So what you want to do now is, again, look for the numbers in the front. We have a 2 here and we have a 7. Right? So let's bring that to the front. So 2 times 7, we'll just write it out like this. And the next step is to look for the same base. Alright, we have this a, and we also have this a. Alright, so let's write out that base, a, and look at the exponents. We have a 1/2 here and a 1/2 here. Right? And we all know that I'll do it on the side. 1/2 plus 1/2 is just 1, right? Or 2/2. So the exponent will just be 1. And the next thing we want to look at is this b here, the base b, right? We have that one, and we also have this one. And again, we look at the exponents. We have a 1/2 here and a 5/2. Let's do that on the side. We have a 1/2 plus a 5/2, which gives you 6/2, which is just 3. Okay, so the exponent will be 3. Now we're ready to simplify it, right? 2 times 7 is 14. Then we have a to the first power, so we'll just leave it as a. And then we have the b to the third power. Since we can't simplify anymore, we're all done, right? So this is the final answer. And big smile.